be honest. Theme park food in the UK, not great. Not the best. So to hear that you're
coming soon.
Hopefully to Universal. Come on, bring it to Bedford.
Yeah. If Butterbeer had a loyalty card, I'd be platinum by now. Desserts?
Life is short. Eat dessert first.
I love that. There you go. That's my new motto.
Absolutely.
Hello and welcome to Jump the Queue, the fun and informative podcast that helps you plan, book and make the most of your theme park holidays. I'm Sammie.
And I'm Sarah.
And we both work at attractiontickets.com, the UK's #1 experts for Orlando attraction tickets. And Sarah and I are not just experts, we have been so many times to Orlando, over 70 times between us. We're both annual pass holders for the parks, so we know what we're kind of talking about, hopefully. This week we're talking all about dining at Universal Orlando Resort, and we're super excited to have a guest joining us all the way from across the Atlantic. Please welcome Chef Jens Dahlmann from Universal Orlando Resort's food and beverage team.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, Jens, can you just let us know a little bit about your role and how long you've been there?
Yes, absolutely. My name is Jens Dahlmann, Vice President of Culinary Operations here at Universal Orlando Resort. As you can hear with my accent, I'm not Floridian. I'm actually born and raised in Germany. But I'm in America for well over 20 years and with Universal going around on 3 years. So I came about a year before the grand opening, actually 2 years before the grand opening of Epic Universe. So I was lucky enough to help and support the grand opening and programming of that.
That's amazing.
So also joining us along with Chef Jens, we also have the beautiful Domonique. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, Domonique?
Absolutely. So I work as the Assistant Director of Brand Standards and Project Management here in Food and Beverage. In the month of May, will be celebrating my 15-year anniversary with Universal. Wow. I spent 12 of those years here in Orlando running restaurants. And then in 2021, I took a break to go work in our park in Beijing. I stayed there for 6 months, standing up all the locations. And then when I came home, I sort of talked about my dream job, which I get to live out today. And that is doing everything I wish I had time to do as an operator. That I didn't when I was too busy taking care of our guests and serving great food. So now I support on the back end with communications, brand standard alignment, building out fun new concepts, and playing with automation, technology, and cool sustainability.
Awesome.
We like to start off with a little icebreaker called Quick Drop. Have you ever heard about that?
Go at it. I don't know. I've never done it before, that's for sure. So I'm going to be your first.
You are. I love this. So with Quick Drop, all we do is, the rules are simple. I just give you a topic and you just shout out the first 3 words that come to mind, and you've got 5 seconds each for each topic. We're not overly fussed on the 5 second really. But it's super fast paced. So here we go. Right, are we ready? The first one is quick service.
Wow, quick service. Let's say visiting World of Harry Potter, 3 brooms, and leaky cauldron.
Oh, I love all of those. Amazing. Drinks.
Drinks. A good old-fashioned, the Northern Lights Martini at Atlantic.
Oh,
More
lovely.
than 3 words.
Oh, I feel myself there already. Table service.
Table service. Wow. Let's say Blue Dragon Restaurant in Epic. Atlantic and Epic, big fire in CityWalk.
I love that. Seasonal dishes.
Seasonal dishes. I bring it to Mardi Gras. So seasonal activation, seasonal dishes going on right now, right behind me in the park. So Mardi Gras, flavors of Carnival.
Amazing. I can't wait for Mardi Gras. I'll be there this weekend.
Ooh, yeah.
Cannot wait. Desserts.
Life is short. Eat dessert first.
I love that. There you go. That's my new motto.
Absolutely.
Oh, Domonique, over to you now. I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm so sorry. But let's have a look at your answers. You shout out the first 3 words that come to mind. Okay. Let's go. Quick service.
Convenient, versatile, on the go.
Love that. Brilliant. Drinks.
Gosh, global, flavor forward, culinary inspired.
Yeah, I love that. I can't wait for the Mardi Gras. Desserts.
Over the top, delicious, and sometimes involving fire.
Never over the top. Best value.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Bob Marley's, Cahola at Volcano Bay, and Spitfire Grill with Chef Jens.
Amazing. And healthy options.
Ooh, Brussels sprouts at Big Fire, hands down, my favorite one.
And top themed restaurants.
Ooh, Mythos, Toothsome. This last one's tough. NBC Sports on a game day. On a game day, the energy is electric.
Amazing. I love a game day out there.
So for the next section, guys, we're going to be diving a little bit deeper into all things food and drink at Universal Orlando, because let's face it, running around the Florida theme parks in that heat can be a lot, and we need to make sure that we're all fueled. We're all ready for Velocicoaster. We're ready for Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. We're going to ride all of those fun rides, so we need to make sure that we've got all that food in there. So remember as well that officially calories don't count in Florida, so that's all good. As soon as you step foot on that plane, you're headed for the Florida, and calories out the window. So we've got some questions for both Domonique and Jens. I'm going to start by asking what your favourite snack is in the park.
Wow, it's a tough question. It's like picking a favorite child.
Yep.
But I would say I switch back and forth. I think right now one of the most unique snacks I really enjoy is the tteokbokki skewer at Star Subao in Universal Epic Universe. That's one of our small little snack carts we have there. But what it is, it's pretty much Korean rice cakes with a beautiful hot dog on a skewer. Then we grill it, and then it gets enrobed in crispy cheese. So it's not necessarily healthy, but it gets drizzled with like a teriyaki sauce over the top, some fresh scallions. It's just beautiful textures and great flavors. A great handheld snack.
Calories don't count, Jens. It doesn't matter if it's healthy or not. Calories don't
Yeah,
count.
it's okay.
It's all good. And yourself, Domonique?
And the good news is there are no calories in my snack. So Jens went savory and I'm going sweet. Love the banana popcorn at Papanana. This is right outside of the Minion Cafe. And since you did, Sarah, bring up beverage, it has to be paired with a Banana Foster's beer.
Excellent, because I think Universal has a very high amount of unique individual beers, don't they, that are themed to different lands, like the Jurassic Park IPAs, and I know there's a lot in the Wizarding World. I'm not a beer drinker personally. Sammie, are you a beer drinker?
Oh, I'll drink anything, Sarah. Just pass it to me. I'll give anything a try.
I'm more of a cocktails girl.
We have them both.
Yeah.
We definitely have them both. And you're right, there are some beers that you can't get anywhere else in the world except for here, like our Toothsome 2 Chocolate Stout or our really fun 862 beers at NBC. So we've got it both.
What's your favourite restaurant in all of Universal Orlando Resort? Could you pick one?
Again, very tough question, because I do think I have a love for many of our restaurants. But I mean, we have definitely, from the more chef-driven concepts, I think we definitely have a soft spot with the Blue Dragon in Epic Universe. Definitely because I was very deeply involved in the programming and the development of the menu items. But it's just such a beautiful Pan-Asian restaurant, elevated Asian fare from Thailand all the way to Japan. To take trips through Korea and China, touches of Szechuan in there. So just very big, bold, bright flavors, beautiful presentations, fantastic service, a great beverage and tea program. It's just one of those experiences you must enjoy when you come to Universal.
Oh, well, I'm sold. There you go. I'm sold. What about yourself, Domonique? Do you have a favourite?
Blue Dragon is an incredible one, I have to say, and a really close second for me goes to Red Oven Pizza. This is located out in CityWalk. It's a Neapolitan-style pizza joint, and it is over the top. Beautiful, bubbly crust, beautiful San Marzano, tomatoes, olive oil, buffalo mozzarella. What could you do more of to make perfect pizza? It's one of my favorite spots to grab a pizza.
Amazing.
I'm
There's
so
just
hungry.
so much choice, isn't there? Just so much choice. There's something for everybody. It doesn't matter what age you are, what food preference you like, if you've got allergies or anything. There's just so much choice I find over at Universal.
And you can see already that with Dominique's question. So I talked about one of our signature restaurants. Dominique talked about one of our pizzerias on CityWalk,
Yeah.
which is very much Neapolitan style, all fresh. And quality, I mean, the thing that follows all the way through is the quality aspect, though, because no matter what restaurant you go to, even if you have a burger in the theme parks, I mean, the normal guest doesn't realize that the brioche buns are made from scratch every day in our
Really?
bakery.
Wow.
So
did not know that.
quality is really the hidden quality. All the pizza dough is made from scratch every day for all of our pizzas. You can't get any pizza in Universal where you don't have a scratch made dough. And I think it really it's a big moment of pride for us chefs, actually, that we can talk about that. You know,
Yeah.
all the cut we get for the fish and chips is hand cut and hand battered. It's a little next level, and that makes us very proud from a culinary perspective.
I mean, just to hear that, Sammie, I don't know about yourself, but certainly people think about theme park food, particularly in the UK. And I'm going to be honest, theme park food in the UK, not great, not the best. So to hear that
You're coming soon.
hopefully to Universal, come on, bring it to Bedford,
yes,
get those
bring it in.
standards up. But to hear that you're putting that much effort into theme park food, because I think people look at it, it's a very functional food, isn't it, at theme parks? It's you're
Yes.
going to the theme park, you're going to the rides, you're going to the attractions, and you're just eating because you have to eat, whereas yourselves are raising the bar and making it actually, I want to go to these theme parks because the food there is amazing. It's restaurant quality levels, and you know
Sorry, I have to jump in there, because when you said theme park food, I mean, what does that mean? And then you said the food should be restaurant level. I mean, we have restaurants. We have proper restaurants
Yes.
in our theme park and in CityWalk. And what does it even mean, theme park food? Yes, we will have, I think the only thing really descriptive on it is, yes, we will have probably some hot dogs, we'll have turkeys, we have burgers. But still, it's our job as chefs to say, okay, let's make sure the burgers are the best possible burgers you can get.
Yeah.
Make sure the hot dog is a great hot dog when you come to Universal and you want to experience a good time. Because for me, really, when we look at the programming of the restaurants or just daily upholding of the standards, good food is good food. It doesn't matter where it's served. So
Yeah.
it all starts with quality, with great team members that can execute correctly, even on a high volume. And then my goal is always to exceed the guest expectations, no matter where it is. If it's in a restaurant, a cart, or during Mardi Gras out there in the food stands, you know. So that's how we approach it, quality.
And I think that's outstanding, as you say, that you're doing it like that, and looking at it like that. I think that's amazing. You know, people in the UK, I don't think, have those expectations. So that kind of leads to the next question. So talk to us a little bit about the different styles of dining at Universal. So obviously we've got quick serves, we've got signature restaurants, we've got themed things for Mardi Gras and Halloween Horror Nights and things like that. What would you say is the difference between, say, a quick serve and a signature restaurant or a table serve?
So let me maybe start out, and Dominique, please join in and jump in at any time. I mean, it's a great thing about Universal. Now we are 4 theme parks, you know, which is including Volcano Bay, of course. And we have CityWalk. So we have 5 very distinctive campuses or parks where you can really enjoy. I think the great thing about theme parks, and especially Universal, is it's just the variety of the offer. I mean, because you have, I feel especially here at Universal, it's just a deep storytelling. Yes, a deep storytelling of a lot of our IPs. If you talk the Wizarding World of Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts, Isle of Berg, you know, your How to Train Your Dragon, your Super Nintendo. So you have so many opportunities to truly elevate the guest experience by having just great themed food that go with it. So it amplifies the storytelling of the IP, and it's such a great challenge to us as chefs to come up with items that we do that. But yeah, I mean, throughout that portfolio, we have everything weaved in from, you know, we have over 130, I think was the last count, total F&B, licensed F&B outlets. So that goes from a cart that sells popcorn or a beverage cart all the way to a fine dining restaurant like Atlantic, Big Fire, or Vivo. So I think it's just having that, the plethora of offerings really there. And I think when guests come from the UK or from Europe or wherever they come from, I think it can be maybe a little bit overwhelming, because there's so many options. But I want to encourage everybody just to kind of go and open the doors and peek in and what's in there, and you're going to be amazed what you find.
I totally agree. I couldn't agree more.
You nailed it. I think something that's particularly cool, I'll add on to that, is a style of dining that's really become popular at Epic, and it's our direct-to-table dining. This lives in a quick-service world, but it's so much more immersive. And Sarah and Sammie, I think you mentioned you were at Epic last year, and you got to go to Das Steakhouse. That's the type of dining we're talking about, where it's so immersive, and the environment's incredible, and the team members are in gorgeous wardrobe and telling cool stories, but you can order in your app, and your food can be at your table in just a few moments, and you can dine on your time and get back to the rides when you're ready. And that's been one of my favorite styles of dining that fits into that quick service realm, using technology, still telling really powerful stories. And Chef Jens and the culinary team have really dialed it up with the food that we're serving in those locations. It's been incredible to watch the sort of the growth over the last few years with food F&B. So a lot of amazing styles of dining, like he said, from carts to fine dining, but I particularly love that direct-to-table model over at Epic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And we talk about the mobile food ordering a lot, Domonique, as well, to our customers. That saves us so much time and effort, and queuing. So it's really good to have that on hand. I love that aspect of the app.
Just the most important thing, download the
fantastic.
app. Number one tip, make sure you have the app on your phone.
Absolutely. It's brilliant. That app's fantastic. But it really does work. Now let's just move along a little bit, because Universal aren't just known for food. They're known for some iconic drinks. I mean, let's be honest, if Butterbeer had a loyalty card, I'd be platinum by now. How has your beverage program evolved over the years?
Wow, this is a really fun one, and I don't want y'all to think that Jens doesn't have a lot to add here too, because one of the things he's done since he's been with us is inject so much culinary vision and those same chef-driven mentalities into our beverage program. It's stronger than ever before. Butterbeer is an icon. It's not going anywhere. I'm sure you all have seen our butterbeer growing. You can enjoy it in more ways than one. You can have hot butterbeer when it's cool here for 2 days out of the year. We are still in Florida. But you can have a delicious frothy frozen butterbeer or your classic. So that one's iconic, and we love having it around. But our craft cocktail program, and Sarah, I think this is speaking more to your language, our craft cocktails have been incredible. I think one of my favorites, and Jens mentioned it in his sort of speed round, rapid fire, is the Northern Lights drink at Atlantic. It's beautiful. So not only is it this gorgeous butterfly pea flower, say that 5 times fast, inside of the drink that helps with some color changing elements, but the ice cube inside of it has really gorgeous shimmer. And as it melts into the drink, you're creating this experience of the cocktail changing as you enjoy it over time. That's just really fun innovation that our beverage team has been pulling forward, I think, with the culinary spirit intact. And for those that maybe aren't on a cocktail program or don't want to enjoy one of our custom beers, we also have a really amazing mocktail program. 0 proof beverages are making a splash here, where people want to enjoy a great drink maybe without getting an extra buzz. You don't necessarily need that when you're getting the adrenaline high of Velocicoaster or riding Hagrid's. And so we have put together a really phenomenal portfolio of 0 proof beverages across the campus that really allow guests and adults to feel like they're part of the scene without needing to drink alcohol. And everything is packaged with intention. Our collectibles, and Jens, you tell me if you agree, I think our collectibles and our souvenirs in the beverage world are off the charts right now. Our guests love what we're designing. We put more thought sometimes into the cup we're going to serve it in, the custom mold, or the little carrier strap you get to take around in the park with you than anything else. And that's been a ton of fun. And then the last thing I'll say, because I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but we've used our production kitchen here to really help with that sort of chef-driven quality of ingredients to produce everything from fresh juices to beautiful garnishes. So everything you have here, every drink, every food item is being touched by a chef at some point. And I think that's probably the biggest evolution that's happened in our beverage program. Jens, I don't know if you have anything to add there.
Yeah, I think especially for our marquee events, if you think of Halloween Horror Nights or Mardi Gras even, because we have so many guests in the park, and if you have a cocktail that's really popular, there's a science to it as well to batch a very popular drink. So we use our big 100, 200 gallon kettles not only for cooking our sauces, we as well use them for batching drinks in large quantities, just to keep up with the volume and to keep the consistency of the product. So that's really the key.
Can I ask an additional question to do with your development of food and drinks? So how long does it take from you having an idea, say Jens, having an idea for a food or a drink, from that idea to actually it being implemented into the parks? How long is that process?
I think it depends. It depends if you have an IP on it. For example, if you have a Nintendo IP attached to it, it might take a little bit longer. Then I say probably it could be up to 3 months. Versus if it's a single restaurant and there's something I really want to change immediately, it could be within 4 weeks probably. There's complexities attached to it if we need a special souvenir cup or certain things we need to import from other countries. That kind of adds a little wrinkle in it. But we can be very nimble, and I feel that Universal especially is very nimble compared to some other parks. So we actually like to take risks. We say, what's the worst thing that can happen with food? They don't like it, then we change it again. So we still do a lot of in-house from our production bakery, our production kitchen, our printing. So we still do a lot of in-house. So we can be very nimble if needed, which is great.
Excellent.
Even some soft drinks. I mean, when I was at Epic Universe last year, I had the DK Crush float from the Bubbly Barrel in Donkey Kong Country. Oh my goodness, Jens! I tell you, I didn't know whether to sip it, scoop it, or just applaud it. It was just amazing. I absolutely loved it. There was so much and so many flavours going on there. It was absolutely fantastic. So it's not just even alcoholic cocktails, it's even soft drinks as well that you've really brought that to. It was fantastic.
Yeah, because we can't forget that we are still a theme park and a lot of children come and visit us. In America, you can't drink really till 21, so you got to make sure your non-alcoholic beverage portfolio is on the same level.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah. Fantastic.
So, pinning you to the spot, have you got, I don't know, let's say a top 3, but you would consider your most popular items across the Universal Resort as a whole, including CityWalk?
Okay, I think, number one item, it's top of mind. It's butterbeer, of course. I think Universal and butterbeer is like this, so it's linked. I think right now I would say number 2. I would say the mac and cheese cones in Isle of Berg and Epic. Those are just flying. Super popular, viral. Guests go crazy about it. Then overall, as a category, I think pizza. I think between Pizza Moon and Red Oven Pizzeria, it's just pizza is super popular here. Especially when you have great quality pizza, like I said before, with all the scratch-made ingredients. Anything to add, Dom? Did I forget anything?
I think you nailed it. Those categories are huge for us. They really are. And we're seeing, I think we talked about this earlier with snacks. We're seeing just a rise in snacking as we go throughout the day. And we've tried to make sure we prepare that fuel that you said, Sammie, we're preparing that fuel for the guests to get through the park. And snacks as a whole are just really a growing category, and we love participating in it. I think that's where those mac and cheese cones are such a hit too. Something you can walk around the park with enjoying. A slice, a cone, feel like a Viking for the moment. There's a lot of popularity there.
Yeah, and I talked about butterbeer, I think, and I know Dom mentioned it briefly earlier on. I think just the extension of butterbeer it's amazing. And it started up with this beautiful foamy beverage, and now you can have a crepe, butterbeer crepes. You have butterbeer ice lollies. It shows having so many different areas now. So we use it we really use it as an ingredient almost, the flavor profile of butterbeer. And we celebrate butterbeer season very soon coming here in Orlando and actually and in California. So it's just really great how we take just an iconic item and keep it relevant and fresh every year.
I love that. I love how that's evolved as well from just a simple drink that we all love, but it's fantastic. I'm going to put you on the spot a little. Do you have any insider tips and tricks for eating in the parks? Like, is there a secret snack o'clock we should all know about, or secret menu items? Any hidden gems that you've got for us?
I love this one. I think the very first one, and Jens and I will back it up, is to download the Universal app. Having the Universal app is extremely helpful because being able to do the mobile food and drink ordering is going to make your life so much easier as you go through the parks. We also both, I think, agree on eating slightly off peak times. So that means maybe grabbing lunch at 11:30 instead of waiting for the 12 o'clock hour, or keep riding rides when everyone else is out having lunch at noon, and maybe have a slightly later version around 1:30. So eating slightly off peak will help a ton in the daytime and also will really serve you for dinner. We find that 7 p.m. is pretty prime dinner time, so if you can be an early bird like me and have dinner at 5:30, you'll have no issues getting in and out of restaurants. If you want to dine table service, definitely book ahead. We allow reservations 180 days out, and so book your reservations as soon as you start doing all that travel planning. It'll make it so much easier when you want to dine at Jens's favorite spot, Brew Dragon.
Sorry, Dominique, just to confirm with that, with the 180 days out, that's regardless if you're a resort guest, if you're just a day ticket holder, annual pass holder, that's for everybody.
Correct. For all of our table service locations, 180 days out, and you can book on universalorlando.com.
Perfect, thank you.
Of course, that's a great question. And I think the very last one is don't sleep on dining at places like Volcano Bay. I think maybe plenty of guests forget that Volcano Bay has incredible food. My personal favorite is the curry at Cahola, either the chicken or the shrimp. They're both incredible. But there are amazing spots in Volcano Bay, in CityWalk, in all of the parks. You're going to be pretty hard pressed not to find great food wherever you look.
Oh, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, it doesn't matter where I am in the resort at all. I know that I'm not more than 2 minutes away from having food. I love it for sure.
So, just diving a little bit deeper into the food itself. How are we catering for guests with allergies at Universal? I know it's something that you do. So, talk to us a little bit about guests with allergies.
Yeah, I think because we have guests coming from all across the world, so we have to ensure that guests can have a safe experience when they come to Universal, no matter if it's religious reasons or intolerances or allergens as well. So we have to take everything very serious. The great thing is we are very chef-driven operations. I mean, I have around 150 salary chefs working under me, and they are all very much trained in the allergy procedure and how we handle it. As well, the cooks working for those chefs, like the lead cooks, they are all allergy trained as well, in addition with our front of the house manager. So when a guest has a dietary need, we will address it front on, and often the chef actually, if it's severe allergy, the guest comes out to the table and he actually talks to the guest one-on-one to ensure he can have a safe experience. We will try our best to accommodate, and in most cases we can be very accommodating. Yeah, it's important that we offer those options for our guests, because it's just unfortunately the need is bigger than ever, and we have to make sure we can take care of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. We have allergies in our family, and that's actually happened to us, and we've been out there and the chef has actually come out and talked to us and said, right, let's talk about what your allergies are, and then made something completely different that wasn't even on the menu. They're so accommodating. It's fantastic. It was lovely when I was there last year. It was lovely to not have any concerns about that. I never worried about because it's my daughter, and I never worried, is she going to struggle here? I never had those concerns at all. From that moment on, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I think the only thing we like to ask is really just flexibility on both sides, because it's we can't always make, if you want a hummus without chickpeas, I can't do that, or without tahini, it's very hard for me to do. But we will try to give you a safe experience, even if we have to alter a little bit, because we are working in an environment where a lot of this, there might be cross contact or whatever. So we try to minimize everything, but sometimes we just really have to alter the dish just to ensure a proper. But the team is really doing a fantastic job. And if you look at a lot of the guest letters that come in, the positive guest remarks, and it's often around those allergies, because the guests came in with a certain expectations, and then because the chef or the cooks or the server really took great care of them and exceeded the expectations. So it's really lovely to see those guest letters, and the team's doing a great job.
Yeah,
I think
amazing.
something kind of cool too, I don't know if we called this out, is Sammie and Sarah, if you go online, if you're on universalorlando.com and you're looking at our menus that we post on there, we also put allergen icons on all of our menus so that guests can plan ahead of time too. Gives them a little bit of an idea of what to expect before they get to the venue, and then you can follow up with that really cool chef-guest conversation, and maybe you already have an idea in your mind saying, I saw that this is gluten-free or dairy-free, and I'd love to have it, just want to confirm. I think it makes the experience a lot easier, especially when you're coming from abroad. Traveling far, and you want to know what you're going to be able to have and where, and we have tried to make it our due diligence to put all of those allergen icons online early.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Thank you. It's really good to know. Our listeners will really appreciate that as well. It's nice for them to have a go-to where they can go and look. So thank you for that. What's your favourite item to serve, chef? What do you think's really fun or visually really stimulating and exciting? What would you like to do?
Ooh, man, you're putting me on the spot here again. What's my favorite? I don't know. I mean, I think right now, if you just go online, if you go on social media, Instagram, wherever you're going to be on, I mean, and you look at Universal Food, there's definitely a couple of items that come up. I think the mac and cheese cones right now are it's a cool item. There's 3 different kind of builds, very seasonal as well, inspired. And it's just always worth a shot with a great background. Otherwise, the butterbeer crepes in Café L'air de la Sirène in the Ministry of Magic is definitely one of those as well. But then let's not sleep on our marquee events either, because they are always a big part of our business, especially at Universal Studios Florida. Like last year for Halloween Horror Nights, we had 2 items that really stand out. We had the Why Not Eat Both pizza from Five Nights at Freddy, where it was a spaghetti and meatball pizza, and that was just really a fun item. Or the giant mozzarella stick, which was about a 12-inch hand-breaded mozzarella stick, which went viral with a spicy marinara sauce. So I think there's really, it's hard for me to pick one. There's so many great items all around the park, and we need to talk.
I do know one of our sales team girls will be laughing hysterically at the pizza one because she now makes that at home. She makes the spaghetti and meatballs pizza at home. She enjoyed it so much. So yeah,
that's brilliant. I think I have a hands down favorite that I love to see guests get every single time, and it's a toothsome milkshake. I can't get over the amount of joy that a toothsome milkshake puts on someone's face, because they're not your standard milkshake. They're over the top, beautifully designed, containers that we put them in custom, but then they're often topped with a whole slice of cake or a full cupcake on top, with somehow, I don't know how we get the physics of these milkshakes to work with the full straw just holding it up together, but every single time I see one of our culinary team members hand that over to a guest, it's the happiest moment for my day. I think a toothsome milkshake is just responsible for bringing smiles around the globe.
That's a good one.
Oh, definitely. I smiled when you said it. I've had one of those. And just remember, everybody, calories don't count. Don't count.
That's the most important thing, Sammie.
So what's the best event that Universal run that offers foodies the best choice for some exceptional food?
It's going on right now here at Universal Studios Florida. We have Mardi Gras, so international flavors of Mardi Gras or Carnival. So what we do here, so for about 2 months, we have Mardi Gras loud and alive in the studios. And we have around 15 additional kiosks popped up for beverage and food offerings. And like I mentioned earlier, we say it's a celebration of carnivals from around the world. So we're trying to respectfully and authentically represent cultures of that celebrate carnival as well. So we have Brazil out here right now, where they do fire grilled picanha, and it's carved. So picanha is like a sirloin calf, and it's served very traditional, like you would in Brazil, with vinaigrette and farofa, beautiful choice grilled meat. Or you go to Chile, where we have another live fire cooking station set up, where we roast half sides of salmon against the fire. So it's the freshest possibly ingredients, kissed by fire and smoke, served simply with the chimichurris and roasted potatoes. So that's how we represent the cultures. but as well the carnivals of those countries. So you can really go around right now. You get anything from Italy, of course. You get New Orleans with the beignets and the king cakes and the gambos. But if you want to venture out a little bit and see what the world is celebrating, we have Austria, we have Italy, we have Mexico, Brazil, Chile, so many different countries. And it's just really a great time to celebrate Mardi Gras / Carnival, but as well to learn about food and learn about different cultures and kind of wet your lips a little bit on something different.
Yeah. I think it's great that it gives people an opportunity to taste things from different countries without actually having to, all staying in one place and having a great time, but still experiencing lots of different things that they wouldn't normally look at and go, ooh, that's not for me. But it gives them an opportunity. So
yeah, and again, quality is first. I mean, I think a couple of things I touched on. I mean, like we're roasting sides of salmon against the fire. I mean, it doesn't get fresher. I mean, we're doing it on stage right in front of the guest. It doesn't get fresher than that. Or grilling the picanha in Brazil. I mean, this is really quality, Or you walk past Jamaica where you have jerk chicken grilling over the charcoal. I mean, it's just, this is a wow. I mean, it's this multi-sensory kind of experience that really draws you in. And that's something you wouldn't expect, It's not just the hot dog cart on the corner of the street. I mean, we are filling the park with great scents, aromas, great music. I mean, it's just such a great environment.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? It's so jovial, isn't it? And it's colourful. The drinks are colourful. The food's great. Oh, it's a fantastic event for sure. Let's talk about Epic Universe. That's the newest addition to Universal Orlando Resort, and how epic has that been? It's been absolutely amazing. We've had some great feedback from everybody. But how does its food and beverage experience differ from anything guests have experienced before?
This is a good one. Yeah, I think this is a really great question. And I think a lot of it, we might have teased it earlier, a lot of it has to do with that infusion of technology to create those direct-to-table experiences. We know how important, from running our parks here for 35 years, we know how important it is for guests to be able to balance going to these ride attractions and also experiencing food as an attraction. We wanted to make sure that guests could do it on their time to stay in world and stay immersed. And so you will see that we have dialed up everything from the wardrobe that the food and beverage team members wear to the stories that you're told. Really, really cool stories in the Dust Steakhouse area, just that dark universe as a whole. And Sarah, I don't know if you experienced this when you were going through the world, but the team members might tell you rumors when you're down at the top house about the origin and where Dracula might be. And you might get a slightly different story when you're at the Burning Blade Tavern, which is run by the Vampire Hunters. And that's a collaboration of stories that we taught our team members that go so far past just the food and just the beverage. So when you walk through the worlds and you're dining at our restaurants, you're hearing different rumors and different stories, and you're starting to be a part of the world that we built for you. And then you can layer that on with our really kind of fun and gory and gruesome dishes in that world, or you can be a little bit more lighthearted at one of our bars out in Celestial Park, or really dive into something fun and mushroom inspired at Toadstool Cafe. So the immersion is next level, the integration of food and beverage as an attraction. So it tells a full story as you walk through the land, and it's not a separate entity. It's not a break from the story. It's just a continuation of. And then we've really tried to make it convenient for our guests, layering on that technology, making sure you can order on your time and get in and out of the worlds when you're ready. I think those have really separated Epic apart, on top of all the incredible work that Chef Jens and the Culinary team are doing to make my job easier every day.
And that definitely comes across as well, Domonique. I mean, I know when I was there and I moved from one world to another, I felt like I'd gone to a totally different place. Not just from the theme in it, obviously around us, but from that food. Everything fitted beautifully. And I really felt I was fully immersed. I was completely in that. It's like I was living I walked into Nintendo, and I felt like I was in the game. So of course, when I went and had that crush from Donkey Kong, I just felt like I was living it. It's great, and that's definitely happened. That's definitely been brought to life.
It was.
Yeah, I think for the. Oh, sorry.
Go on, sorry, Jens.
Yeah, I think for the Culinary team, I think Epic Universe was definitely an amazing challenge to work on, because our Universal Creative team, they designed those beautiful worlds. and those beautiful restaurants. So when we started on the programming, it was really like, we have to make sure our food lives up to that level of detail and authenticity, and it really has to transport you. And that was just so much fun. It was a very good challenge. So everybody was really completely dialed in and focused into to tell those stories and live up to the expectations, because you can't sit in a beautiful restaurant like if it's Goblet Noir or if it's a Café de Sirène and then just have a very simple meal. No, you need to continue to amplify the storytelling. So you're really feeling like you're transported into that world. And I think I'm still very happy and pleased and impressed with what the team has done.
Yeah.
There
are two times I have to. I was going to tell you a little secret.
Yes, please.
Go for it.
Okay.
We like secrets.
It's a secret. If you tell anyone beyond this, I'll deny it probably. But I've worked here for 15 years and I've cried twice. Once when I rode Hagrid's for the first time. If you ride the ride, you'll understand. I was so proud of our technology. 2, when we opened Epic Universe, I sat and had a really incredible lunch, my first lunch at Atlantic, which is one of our beautiful full-service locations in the park. And I shed a true tear because I was so proud of what our culinary team put together. Like Jens said, it was a challenge. We really challenged ourselves with this park to do things beyond anything we've ever done before and make it high tech and make it immersive and really make sure that we are the attraction. And I felt in that moment such a wave of success. It really is incredible to see our culinary team. The word that I had for it at the time was unleashed. I was like, wow, they are so unleashed and on fire. I shed a tear and everyone around me said, are you crying? And I said, no, I'm not crying, I'm fine. And so if you tell people outside of this, I might do that. But 2 times 15 years, and the food at Epic Universe was one of them. It really is incredible. I can't speak highly enough about what our team has done.
And it was kind of difficult last year, wasn't it? Because for the UK visitors, we were with our 14-day tickets, we were only allowed 1 day into Epic Universe, so it was kind of hard to make a choice. With all the great food, it's like, well, I want to eat there, and I want that one, and I want that, and it was really hard to make the decision. But this year, with our 14-day tickets, obviously, you have unlimited access to Epic Universe, so you can go and enjoy the crepes at the Café de la Sirène, and you can go and eat with the Vikings, and you can go to Das Steakhouse, and you can go to that. I mean, Celestial Park. It's just stunning, and there's so many beautiful places. The Pizza Moon and Atlantic, as you say, and just you can go and enjoy it all. So, looking forward to eating my way through Universal.
Absolutely. Let's make that a task, Sarah.
Absolutely.
Let's eat our way through Epic. I can't wait.
No.
I'll start next week.
Okay, you start for me.
I'll do.
So thank you for all those questions, guys. I think that's been really useful for our viewers and listeners. We're now on to our final segment of today's episode, which is our Q&A, and we've been sent in some questions through our Instagram followers. That's attractiontickets.com. And they've got some questions they'd like yourself, Jens, and Domonique to answer, if you don't mind. So the first question comes from Max, who wants to know how often you change your menus.
So menus it depends on what level of restaurants we're talking about. So like one of those major quick service locations, like a Mel's Diner, we don't really have the urge to change as often. Maybe it's once a year we do some slight adjustments on a different burger build, maybe new dessert. So we try to show some constraint on that one. But then on our full service restaurants especially, I mean, we change probably quarterly with the season. And especially our signature restaurants like Atlantic, Blue Dragon, Vivo, Big Fire, I mean, they're changing something probably every month because they are very much connected to the season. So as the season changes and new and exciting products come available or exciting seafood, as we go into spring, the Pacific Coast, Alaska fish opens up again, so we can leverage the freshest fish to come in. So yeah, it depends on level. I would say regular table service quarterly, signature even more, and then the large ones once a year roughly.
Oh, Sarah, you know what this means, don't you?
Multiple
we need
visits.
to go more often.
Multiple visits. And just on the back of Max's question as well. So is the food in, say, Nintendo World, is that the same as in Orlando, as in Hollywood, as in Japan, or does that change as well? And if that changes, do you then have to change your menu in Orlando?
Yeah, so we are joined on the hip a little bit with Japan and Hollywood. So there is probably 80% of the menu is probably very much the same. And then there's a couple region-specific items on there. Because especially Japan to America, the tastes are different. So it does not everything translates 100% to Orlando or to California. But California, I think we're well over 90% aligned on the menu. And we do have like seasonal activations as well, even with Nintendo. So with the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is coming out. So we're going to do something together as a team. And we're going to feature 1 or 2 new items across those venues.
Excellent.
Thank you. Next up, we've got a fun one from Amar. Hi, Amar. Chef Jens, if you were stuck on a desert island, which 3 courses would you choose to take with you?
Hold on. Why it's me again? Dom?
That's a tough question. I think you should take a stab
Now,
at
what
it.
is it? Island?
Okay, you can do it between you.
Okay,
I do one.
You pick the first one.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're on a desert, let's take the Szechuan smashed cucumbers because you want to stay hydrated.
Oh, that's such a good choice. That's an
So
excellent choice. Okay, all right. I'm with the second one. It's a tough one. I'm going to choose whatever the market fish is at Big Fire. It's always perfect. The chefs, and this is one, Sarah and Sammie, where Jens was talking about menus changing. Maybe the whole menu doesn't change, but we might have some dishes that change really quickly with the season. And the chefs always, without a doubt, prepare the best catches at Big Fire. And everything gets cooked over this really beautiful wood fire grill. And so it's whatever the Big Fire catch is, whatever the chef has prepared and however they've done it, I will take it any day.
And maybe the third item, let me think. So I have some healthy and
It's got to be dessert.
hydration with
Jens.
cucumbers.
Third course has to
Got
be
fish.
dessert.
Nah, I'm going to take brisket from Oakenstone. Smoked brisket.
Okay.
That sustains me a little bit, so that's
Okay.
good.
Then I'm
Again,
going to
we-
lobby
we
for
cook-
dessert.
So
Absolutely.
we have it. Oakenstone
And-
is epic. We smoke the
and-
brisket for 15 hours. So that's good to travel, so you can put it in your backpack and take it with you.
I like that.
I like that.
And let's take a good old hurricane with us as well, just to finish the night off.
That's a
I
great
love
one.
that.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Thank you, Amar.
And finally, Josie would like to know, and we've not touched on this one really, what is the dining like across the actual resort? So the hotels, what different options have we got for dining there?
That's a great question. So we have, everything you can think of that exists in our parks also exists in our hotels. We have fine dining locations. We have quick service locations, sit down. We have 11 hotels across our resort right now. You are going to find everything that you want, including some really amazing bars. Strong Water Tavern at Sapphire Falls is one of my favorites. To belly up and grab a couple tapas, bites, and drinks. But when you think about in our parks, you have snack carts, grab and go. You can feel like a Viking with a big stick of meat in your hands and a glass of meat if you'd like. We have beautiful quick service locations. Those direct to tables at Epic are some of my favorites, like Das Steakhouse that you got to visit. We have our fast casuals, one of my personal favorites, Red Oven Pizza, where you can get those beautiful Neapolitan style pizzas and maybe spend a little bit more time dining. And if you just want to melt and relax, you go to any of our full service or signature dinings, be involved in the storyline, meet Jacques and Penelope over at Toothsome, sit down and watch a game at NBC or grab a bottle of wine at Big Fire. And then if you really want to turn up the level and go full immersion, then we'd say, rock with us at Antojitos, Margaritaville, Toothsome, just any of these really cool stories that we've had a hand in creating. And you can't go wrong with Mythos in the park, one of the most awarded theme park restaurants in the globe. So we have incredible ways to dine, I think, across the entire resort, in parks, out of park, Volcano Bay, hotel. Did we miss anything, Jens? Even sometimes our parking lot. On your way out, On your way out to the parking lot, Sammie, Sarah, I kid you not, if you forgot to grab your favorite bite, we often open up in our security hub or in our parking lot a little stall or cart where you can grab your last bite on the go before you leave, so we don't leave any corner untouched.
I love that. There you go. That's a top tip.
Yes.
I love that. Top tip for everybody, for sure. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, everybody, for this episode of Jump the Queue, and we do really appreciate it. Domonique and Chef Jens, that was absolutely amazing. It's been an absolute privilege to talk to both of you. It was a chef kiss episode. There you go.
Thank you.
But that's it for this episode. Please don't forget to send in any questions you have to jumpthequeue@attractiontickets.com. We're here to help, and as you see, we do read the questions out and we do get them answered. And if you've been tuning in every month and you're still with us, thank you very much. But please like, subscribe, share, even leave us a review. We'd love to read them. We promise we won't bite. We're lovely, really. We really appreciate the support, and thanks for listening, everyone, and catch you next time. Bye.